Welcome to the premiere, everyone. This is Pixar and MX, and we're going to be talking about a movie that just came out, the latest Pixar movie, and that is a movie that I think is a bit predictable. It is Toy Story 4. Yes, we are talking about Toy Story 4, and the main question I want to get to in this episode, or not episode, in this video is Toy Story 4 predictable? Okay, so this movie just came out a few weeks ago, June 21st. It is July 21st, so a month ago. Well, a month and one day, if I'm posting this right now. When it's premiering. So, my question is, was this movie predictable? I say yes. I made a... So, before the movie came out, I'm just going to go right into it. Before the movie came out, I was doing some predictions because I saw, like I hope most of you did, saw most of those videos where Tom Hanks and Tim Allen were saying, oh yeah, we were struggling through the last lines. So that got me thinking, what could possibly happen? And most of the predictions I heard was Woody was going to die. And I don't agree with that. I didn't agree with that because it's like, how can a toy die? And that's explained more in the Pixar theory. Maybe I'll make a video about the Pixar theory. Comment down below if you want to pick a Pixar theory video. No, I'll do it anyways. I'll do it sometime this week. So I was going through some predictions, and by the way, if you haven't guessed it, this is going to be a full spoiler video of Toy Story 4. So I made some predictions. I was thinking Andy somehow comes back and suddenly dies. I don't know. I had a feeling he was gonna die. And because they're not in an RV, I thought there was gonna be an RV accident, and that was gonna happen. And of course I had to write Woody dies because that's always a possibility. You guys mind real quick? I gotta go do something real quick. Hold on. So I'm back. So I had Woody dies, always a possibility. I just said that. There was one that was another one that connected that Woody or Buzz have to die. There was another one that Bo Peep dies. I mean, this is just me coming up with very sad things. But the one that got to me, and this is actually what happened, I had two predictions in here, and they came true. It was Woody stays with Bo Peep, and Woody and Buzz say goodbye. That's exactly what happens. So I completely predicted the ending of Toy Story 4. How sad is that? That was before, I think I wrote this before any trailer. I think the first trailer might have been out. And you got the sense in that first trailer that something was going to go on, like they were going to split up. And that's not the way I hoped Toy Story 4 ended, but I was super terrified that it would. So, and you got that feeling. And the second, one of the trailers, it showed the flashback scene at the beginning with them out Andy's window, and that really got me thinking, are they going to go back to Andy's room? That was a prediction I had too. That was only for a flashback, and I was so sad about that. So the fact that I predicted it is so sad. Why? How? What? Now let's talk about that ending on an emotional level. I've heard a lot of people say that on an emotional level, that didn't hit nobody. They saw it coming. Well, nobody really saw it coming, but I've heard it mixed. People are saying, "Oh yeah, I would completely in tears by the end of it." People said you didn't build up Buzz and Woody's relationship that much in this film. My response to that is, have you seen the other three films? The only one I really haven't, I'm pretty sure I've seen it, but I haven't really seen it, it's Toy Story 2. I don't know why I haven't seen it. I really want to see it. That's really the only one. But if you go back to the 3 films, I know Buzz wasn't in Toy Story 4 that much. If you go back the other 3 films, they're like best friends in that one. So, for me, on an emotional level, the part that gets to me the most, where I have tears flowing, is when Woody and Buzz have that emotional hug at the end. Not when the toys come and jump on Woody and give him the big... It's when Woody and Buzz say their goodbye. It's heartbreaking because I know... Sorry if I get emotional here, because I know that when my senior year comes in high school, I'm gonna have to say goodbye to a lot of people that I know. Some of those people might be watching this video. Shout out to everyone who's watching this from my school. I know that day's gonna come, and I'm absolutely dreading it. I'm going to have to say goodbye to a lot of great people this coming year that I know and love very much. One that I know from preschool. I'm dreading those days, but I know they have to come. And it's a sad ending. You never want to see, like, Woody and Buzz are like, they're the best people, they're the best toys any kid can have. And I cannot imagine, like, after that ending, I thought about it a little more when I was in Mammoth. I can't watch a Toy Story movie the same anymore because I can't imagine them splitting up like they did. It's very emotional. It's just something, it's very near and dear to my heart, and I know that day is coming for me. I mean, it's coming for me. As I mentioned, there's a lot of friends that I love to death, and I know I have to say goodbye to them. And that's basically what the ending of this movie was. It's Woody basically moving on from being a toy and saying goodbye to a lot of people that he loves. It's heartbreaking. And this film touches on a lot of deep things. Yes, it's the funniest Toy Story in the whole it's funniest Toy Story, funniest Pixar movie. Ducky and Bunny's Plush Rush is hilarious. And by the way, I've only seen this movie one time, planning on going to see it again, planning on getting a Woody doll. And you'll see that in a future video. But the ending was emotional. It got me on a personal level because I know that day is coming. But I didn't have tears flowing. I didn't. I tear up, but no tears get to, no tears leave my eyes. Toy Story 3. That ending, every time I watch it, I am in tears. Like, I am like full on crying, like whining like a baby. Like, that is the saddest movie ending anyone would know. Like, it's the saddest one. Because, and I was watching it one day, and it made me realize that my little teddy bear here, I'm gonna have to let him go. You're not going in the trash though, buddy. Sorry about that. I don't know if you've seen him in a video. You might in a little bit, and in a future video. But I had a stack of Legos. I had like 2 big boxes of Legos, huge boxes too. And I watched the movie. I watched Toy Story 3, and I decided, why not just pass them down now while I'm young, so I don't have to be a 18, 19, 20-year-old whenever I go to college and be crying. It was hard giving them away, but I did it. I did it. That Lightning McQueen thing I had in my rant video. I'm going to have to say goodbye to that too, and I'm dreading those days. Toy Story 3 is Pixar's well, it's not the most emotional one. Going to another emotional film, it's The Good Dinosaur. Like, you have those days. This is where I think Toy Story 4 and The Good Dinosaur are kind of connected here. They have the same kind of ending where it's saying goodbye to someone that you love. And in The Good Dinosaur and Arlo and Spot separating, in Toy Story 4, it's more emotional because it's Woody and Buzz separating. I've seen the ending a couple of times now for Toy Story 4 through some things, and it hits me hard every single time. I don't understand. I know I said I would be emotional in Coco in my Coco video, but I'm kind of getting emotional here because, to all my friends watching this, you guys are amazing. You guys are really amazing. I love hanging out with you guys, but I know there's going to be a day when we go our separate ways, and I'm absolutely dreading it. I love you guys so much. This is a tough video because Toy Story 4 kind of ties into my life. You have those good friends, and there comes a day when you have to say goodbye, and I'm absolutely dreading it. It's kind of hard to even talk about it, in a video. This video completely went off the path of what I was going for, but I had to get it out, This is something where I absolutely dread it. I don't want to say goodbye to all my friends. I don't at all. But I know that day's coming. But back to the topic, Toy Story 4. This movie is hilarious. But why not make this a movie review? This movie is hilarious. Forky in this is amazing. He is, when the movie first came out, and actually no. When the trailers first came out, he was my favorite Pixar character. Now he's not. He's still really funny. He's still very, very entertaining. But not my favorite Pixar character anymore. It actually shifted to Woody. Woody's got to be my favorite Pixar character after this movie. I don't know. It's just the look and the design of him. And speaking of design and looks, let's talk about that opening scene in the movie. Once again, full spoilers here. That opening scene was mind-boggling. The rain off of Woody's hat. Yes, that was realistic, but the one that got to me, and I was questioning, is it real? Kind of like The Good Dinosaur with people, was when they showed RC getting washed away by the rainy river, whatever that was. That looked photorealistic. Photorealistic. I cannot believe the level of animation that Pixar has gotten. I mean, if you go, and let me comment on one other thing too. Let's just comment on that because that'd be a pretty short video. Andy in this looks completely different. Completely different. Like when the trailers first came out and it had Andy doing the circles or whatever with Woody and Buzz, it was so different that I thought that was a totally different character. And going back to the Tony Ridinger thing, I'll do a video on Tony Ridinger and Incredibles 2. It's okay. But going back to that, he looked like a different character. Andy looks like a completely different person in this. Even though they did some things, we'll make a little geeky video about that. But this movie was, right now, it's the best Toy Story movie for me. Don't hate me in the comments for that. I still think, no, 1 was way better. No, I'm still very, very mixed on which one is better. I still have to see 2, so maybe once I see 2 and I do a movie review for that. No, I'll get my film. I'll get my video schedule figured out. Was it predictable? I don't know if anyone's predicted it. I sure did. That's a little disappointing when you can predict a movie. That is really disappointing. I can't believe I predicted it. I watched a little spoiler video because with past Pixar movies, I'm spitting everywhere. Past Pixar movies, I did the stupid thing where I went on YouTube and I got it spoiled. But I need to put my hat on. I did the stupid thing where I got it spoiled. I did that for Coco, and it didn't ruin the movie experience. I was still happy about that.
Come here.
Hold on.
Come here.
I don't know what that was, but we're gonna completely ignore that. Sorry for that background voice. I don't know who that was, but I had to go do something. I'm back. So, it didn't completely ruin the movie experience, but I was a little disappointed because I didn't see the twist in Coco coming at all. But Toy Story 4, I'm so sad I predicted it. That was very predictable. But I'm not gonna go through and break down the scenes in the movie. We'll do that in another episode. I'll go watch it again and then we'll break it down. So I heard a fact somewhere, and don't quote me on this, but I heard somewhere that Mark Nielsen, the producer of Toy Story 4, said that the opening scene with the rain sequence, I think he said that they used half of the effects budget to get that rain looking how it was. That is incredible. I mean, incredible puns, but who cares? That is incredible. Another one. That is amazing. I mean, when you can get a movie that realistic, the only time it really stuck out to me, when it was almost distracting, it's the Combat Carl scene where Ice Attack gets left out. That's the only time the backgrounds bothered me. And the only other time I was bothered throughout the movie is the antique store, because I was looking for all the Easter eggs, which A113's in there. I didn't spot it, but I know it's in there because I've seen a sign of what A113 looks like. Go to the Pixar post for more on that. The Pizza Planet truck is obvious in this one. I even have a snapshot of it on my phone of the Pizza Planet truck, but I'll keep it secret. It's a tattoo on someone. For anyone who hasn't seen it, and I don't know why you're watching it to this point, watching the video to this point, because I've spoiled the movie already. But for anyone who's watching it, I'm not going to spoil where the Easter eggs are. There's a lot more that I've heard. If you're a fan of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, you might recognize a voice in the movie. If you're a fan of Betty White, you might recognize a voice in the beginning of the film. But let's talk about this. Woody's character arc, evolution, whatever you want to call it. Sorry, guys. This is heartbreaking. This movie for him is absolutely heartbreaking. When there's a scene in the movie where him and Buzz are talking in the RV. I don't remember the exact conversation, but I remember Woody saying, taking care of Forky and giving Forky to Bonnie or whatever. That's all I got. And at that point, there were two things. There were two parts in the movie where I kind of predicted it. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, there are gonna be two parts where you say, okay, there's no way he can stay. It's at the beginning of the film where he gets left in the closet. I mean, that's heartbreaking. And then it's towards the end of the film where Gabby takes his voice box. Once she takes his voice box, it's like, okay, he's not staying. He's got to go off. He's got to do something else. So that's where I kind of saw it coming. So those are like, oh, no. It's, no. Yeah, I got it right. Okay. So there's 3 foreshadowing moments, but I caught 2 of them. I guess the voice, inner voice, one, that conversation where he has with Buzz, where he's like, Forky's all I got left in me to do. Like, I can't do this no more. That could be a foreshadowing moment too. There's a lot of I think I spotted a lot more foreshadowing in this movie than I did to Coco. Yeah, I really don't have anything else to talk about now. So this movie was heartbreaking, wasn't it? But Woody's evolution, that's what I was going on. Okay, so there's about good 3, 2. So Woody is completely against leaving Andy in the first one. Oh, there's another moment where we'll get to that later. So, and then Toy Story 2, the whole toy museum thing, he almost left there. Good thing he didn't. He almost left there. And then in Toy Story 3, when he's like, okay guys, I'm going back to Andy, I gotta go to college. And everyone else is like, well, we're gonna stay here in the caterpillar room. And he turns his hat down like you see in the picture. He walks away, and Bullseye's the only one who gives him a proper goodbye. So this ending here, Andrew Stanton, the whole Pixar crew, story team, they've been setting this up for 3 movies, and it only took us to the ending of the 4th film to realize that, they were setting this up all along. I couldn't believe it. And yes, I am kind of re-quoting some people. I do that a lot in YouTube videos. And in real life in general. So the Toy Story crew were setting this up from the beginning. And, it's sad to see Woody go, but it's not the end of the world. Like I said in the rant video, you can go check that out for Marvel fans. Hate you guys. And you guys know how I feel about Marvel fans, if you've seen that video. It's not the end of the world. I can't watch a Toy Story movie the same though. But last thing we're going to talk about, we're going super long. I think this is already longer than the Coco video I just did yesterday. So the thing is, Andy, I think Woody is still connected to Andy. I really do think so. Because there's a point in the movie where he's talking to Forky and he's telling him his life story, and he redoes the line, "You are a toy," and he goes, "Well, you gotta be there for," and he slips up and he goes, "You gotta be there for Andy," and Forky goes, "Who's Andy?" And it's like, oh crap, like Woody really misses Andy. And he even says, like, it's sad when they're off doing things that you can't see. That's really heartbreaking. And then we get a joke. Well, that whole scene is filled with jokes. We get a joke right after that where they fade out, and they fade to another part, and Woody's explaining to Forky, like, oh, Buzz thought he was on a different planet, and Forky goes, that is so stupid. And Woody goes, yeah, that's what I said. That made me crack up in the movie theater. So it's funny how it's kind of Coco kind of situation where they get you with a joke and then like 5 minutes later or like a minute later, you're crying. It's kind of like that. There's a few scenes towards the end that are hilarious. Like, I cracked up at Duke Kaboom many times throughout this. I could not believe that Gabby didn't go with Bonnie. That actually, I'm kind of mixed on Gabby. She, in my eyes, she wasn't a true villain. She was just there looking for a kid. She was just like the toy looking for a kid. And that's really it. But I think Woody's still connected to Andy, and I think that's why this movie's so predictable. If you are an avid moviegoer and you watch the 3 previous films going up to this 4th one, not knowing anything about this 4th one, well, you already know because I already told you, you could predict it. It is very predictable. That's the only flaw I see with this movie. That's the only thing I see with this movie. It is very predictable. And we are going very long. I don't want to be waiting here for 30 minutes for this thing to upload, so we're going to stop it here. Any more thoughts? Should I break this into 2 parts? Yeah, let's do it. So, thank you all. No, 2 parts. Thank you all for watching. Sorry for getting a little emotional in the beginning there. This is a super long video. I hope you really did enjoy it. Thank you for watching this premiere if you stuck by and watched it. I really appreciate everyone who watched this premiere. It is super long. I'm gonna say that the videos over 10 minutes are getting a premiere like this one, so maybe only these talk show things or the movie reviews are gonna get the premieres, but the plot hole videos that I do and the theory videos, those are only gonna be the straight upload ones. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great rest of your Monday, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.